Are we on?
But Connell will just cut it whenever.
All right.
So we can be on or we can not be on. This could be the start of the podcast. It's up to Cumlong, and he's not in the room.
Cumlong is the decider. Well, let me just, because then Palestine. No, did I have? I mean, I have.
Did you just write Palestine on your hand?
Yeah.
Oh, we have to remember on this podcast to solve Palestine.
Yeah.
Don't forget to solve it.
Well, that's still a loose end.
It's one of the things we brought up a couple of weeks ago and never sussed it.
It's an open loop. I don't know if you've heard about these open loops.
Yeah.
So that's a big issue of my which I've newly decided, which is funny for how much abuse I was giving you for, like, you know.
You're aiming
autism.
For the worst diagnosis of the two.
Is it worse though?
Yeah.
ADHD versus autism.
It's more of a spoof, I think.
Oh, ADHD, yeah. Well, I think
it can be more of a spoof. I think some people do have ADHD. I'm not an ADHD truther.
Right.
I just think that some people are getting the old diagnosis. Because the worry is you can get sweeties for ADHD.
Yes, you can.
So, and like, that's always a concern because then there's a motivation for Big Pharma to want to diagnose people.
Right.
And encourage doctors to diagnose people with ADHD.
Ah, yes.
Whereas with autism, there's no medicine.
There's nothing to fix you.
You can't treat what I've maybe got. So it's just
Coldplay will try, but there's probably no fixing
They
it.
literally they just give you a Rubik's Cube.
Yeah.
And send you on your way. And then they go, no, don't eat that. Did you see Coldplay were doing a gig recently and somebody, they were like, any requests? And a guy goes, play Fix It.
Oh yeah, I think you were telling me this. Yeah. Play Fix It.
I just think that's so funny.
Oh, it's brilliant, yeah. Play Fix It. So we don't have a song called Fix It. The fixing one. Someone fixes something or someone wants to fix it. Play the song.
This is like Oasis will come back. Not that they would ever take fucking requests, but it'd be funny if Liam Gallagher was like, any requests? And someone was like, play Wonderfall. play Prosecco Supernova, please.
Yeah. I think Liam might like just walk off stage if that.
Yeah.
Fuck off. Fuck off. He was there the other day. There's a video.
He'd just punch Noel.
Yeah.
If you got one of the songs wrong, he would just fucking
deck Noel. Why weren't your songs memorable enough, you cunt? There's a video of him the other day, Liam, where he's making he's making his own like cup of tea backstage, and he's like, this is what's wrong with rock and roll. It's like, because record sales aren't high anymore, I have to make my own cup of tea. And so back in the day, we'd have 4 fucking idiots wandering around to do this. One gives me a biscuit, one gives me the tea. I tell them to fuck off. Now I have to make my own tea, and you're wondering why there's no real rock and roll bands anymore. Let's turn his own tea.
I love being so angry. It's just
and
stirring a little cup of tea. He's so funny.
He's so funny.
He's so funny.
Unbelievably funny.
Before we get into anything, because we often just kind of ramble at the start of podcasts, last week's episode, a big one.
Big one.
A favourite among the fans.
That's right.
You were running late for a train.
That's right.
And it all went to shit on the Patreon. If you haven't listened to the Patreon episode, get signed up. All that sorts of shit.
Yeah.
Big news.
Mm-hmm.
Mike's got a flight to catch.
Today. Yes. I do have a flight to catch today.
So we're recording this at 9 in the morning.
Yeah. On Sunday.
The Lord's Day.
Fucking Jeezy Creasy's fucking day of the week.
Yeah.
And a day of rest, apparently. And we're up telling lies at fucking 9:30. Which does kind of add up as well. I mean, that's what mass is, I suppose, is getting up early to tell lies.
At 10 in the morning.
Yeah. Hey, do you want to, are we going to go to church there? I think the priest has some lies to tell us. He's got a lot of lies he needs to get off his chest.
He's got some good spoofs this week.
Yeah. But so, just to follow up on last week's episode. So
yes, so we left it with you storming back into the house.
That's right.
Getting your, because have you not
heroically storming back into the house. It was heroic. It was like D-Day. It was like
Spoiler alert, if you haven't listened, go back and listen on
the beaches in Normandy. I fucking
You stormed the house
Yes.
to pick up the suitcase
that I had left in the
that
house.
you left in the house.
Yeah.
After audibly on the podcast going, just checking I haven't left anything stupid in here.
That's right. And I hadn't left that in suit. I'd left something quite smart. My big
life possessions.
my big stupid holes in it suitcase. I don't know why I don't buy. Like, I need to buy a new suitcase. It's a raggedy old suitcase.
You need to get. I think I've gone too far the other way on this. Like, if there's something I need
Yeah.
to solve a problem in my life, I buy it immediately. I'm like, I'm not living like this. Like,
Yeah.
I just solved the problem. For a long time, I think I was similar to you, and then I was like,
Well, I just wait.
It's not killing me, so I'll just.
But it's the same thing I described with the socks last week. I often forget I can change the life circumstances. I don't know I have power over myself. A lot of the time, I just feel like I look at my suitcase and the narrative in my head is like, such a shit suitcase. It's bullshit. I bet other people have lovely suitcases and I just walk around with my shit suitcase. I'm like, why does my one have holes? This is embarrassing. And I just
It
just doesn't cross my mind 99% of the time that I can change this situation. I feel like I've been given this bad suitcase. I've been unlucky and now I must.
I think you have applied the tenets of meditation in exactly the least helpful way possible.
You're saying that.
You're
Hold
like,
on now. Someone's ringing me and I'm going to hang this up.
Who was that now?
That's my good friend Grant. What the hell? Did I not fucking turn you off? Shut up.
This is the new phone. Be careful with the new phone.
Well, no, I had to buy a new.
Right, okay, so
Right.
if you haven't listened last week, listen to last week. We had a few things, open loops, as we were saying.
Yes.
You had the phone thing where they hadn't been delivered by DPD.
That's
you
right.
nearly killed the woman in the 3 store.
Yeah, well,
Let's start there. Where are we at with phone gate now?
All right, so here's what happened after I left. After I left the house with the bag, I gets into the Uber with the lady. I says to her, "This train's at 2:30. Are we going to make it there for 2:30?" She was like, "Not even close."
Have you listened to the end of the Patreon that you
yes,
were
I have listened to the end of the Patreon.
yeah.
And you were having a great little snigger at my expense. You were all laughing and japing and jiving. Poor old Mike, in literally his biggest hour of need, sweating, panicked, and you're all there fucking rolling around like little fucking rabbits in the fucking meadow, just laughing. And it was cruel and it was nasty.
But we were trying to help.
What?
We were trying to help.
You weren't trying to help that much. You were trying to have a good laugh, is what you were trying to do. Ha ha ha. Rotten. Anyway, so I get into
You get into the Uber.
I get in
and
the
she
Uber.
obviously laughs you out of the Prius.
Yeah.
When you say have to.
Have
When
to.
you've gotten into the Uber at 21 minutes past.
It's already 20 to 3. I'm like, will we get there for 2:30? Is this a time machine? Tell me right now, is this a time machine? So anyway, she's like, there's no fucking chance of that. I'm like, oh great, well I'll look up when the next train is on the no phone that I have.
Yeah.
So anyway, I goes, right, whatever, drop me in there anyway.
And you're just thinking, I'll get on whatever the next one is.
Yeah, that's right. I'll get on whatever the next one is. So I get in there anyway.
And are you booking it out of the taxi? Like, are you just go in case the next one's quite soon? Or are you quite...
At this stage, you know what? I've kind of... An acceptance has come over me that, you know, life is a charade. We're all going to die. It's all meaningless. What's the point?
This is what I mean by you accepting the least useful parts of meditation, where you've gone like, I'm just a passenger in my life. You've just taken your hands off the wheel entirely.
Yes.
I think you need to meditate. Can you just add a line to whatever your mantra is of like, and I can also do things about stuff?
Right. I know, and I need to add that in. I need to add in a little thing that doesn't make me such a fucking useless leaf in the wind of a person who's just like, I guess this is happening to me now.
You're who that Katy Perry lyric is for.
I'm a firework.
You're a plastic bag.
Oh!
Drifting in the wind, wanting to start again.
Fuck me. I couldn't have known how insightful Perry would be about my life. That's nice. And I always thought she was just a massive pair of tits. There you go. You learn something new every
She's a
day.
feminist now. She's brought out a terrible album that nobody likes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But in the, what you mean in the album, she's
trying to jump on this kind of like strong, independent woman
vibe. Yeah. No, Katie, we liked you because you were fucking shifting women and
spraying whipped cream out of your
tits.
tits.
Out your tits. California girls were undeniable. Basically saying we're big sluts, and we were all like, yay! She's a wonderful artist. She's one of the songbirds of the generation, Petty. No one wants to hear. As my father says, you know what I mean? Life is hard enough. If you're going to make a song, just have a happy song. He feels like this about like movies, songs, things.
Just do a happy one.
He can't understand. Like if there's a sad song, he turned that off. Isn't life sad enough as it is? Same thing with like if there's a movie like it's a sad ending, he just, sure, why the hell? Sure, our own lives are shite. We didn't need to watch a fucking, isn't life horrible enough? Put on something that's funny. Do you know what I mean? That's genuinely his view on like
just doesn't get the kind of like community like connective way in which horrible or like sad stories connect us and make us feel less alone.
That's
in the
right.
sadness.
Does not.
He's just like fuck way up.
That's depressing shit. Sure, isn't their life shite enough? Haven't I up every morning and a cow shitting on me head and in the rain and the cold, and now I have to watch someone else's problems. You know what I mean? He thinks it's absolute
He
bullshit.
watches sad movies like he's working in a call center.
Yeah.
He's just like, fuck's sakes, I can't do anything about this.
That's right. Hates it. That's his view on everything in life anyway, is like there's no point, I've told you that, but there's no point thinking about anything. But like even like say global warming or something, he's like, well, if you're not going to do something about it right now, well then just don't fucking think about it. Think about the things you can do. Like fucking feeding that cow in the far yard.
Yeah.
Who needs feeding? And that's it.
I just
move on.
I love the idea of your dad watching like Sophie's Choice.
Yeah.
And be like, would you ever shut up?
Would you ever fuck off, will you? How would you ever? Don't piss
Just pick one. You have to pick one. Just fucking pick one.
Pick one, get on with it. Get up early, work hard. Less of the fucking whinging. Don't be fucking pissing in my pocket, you cunts. Anyway, so here's what happened. So I leave the place. I get into Houston. All right. So train was at 2. Next train, going to the same place. 3:30. I'm still gonna get to the place.
So as you heard on the podcast,
yeah,
there was a 2:43 option, but you had no way of knowing that.
I had no way
other than asking staff members. But
or looking at the board. I'm not into that.
No, the board. To be fair, it wasn't a direct train.
Right.
It was a tricky little bit of business that only train line showed me.
Yeah.
So you would have had to ask a member of staff, and I didn't think that you would do that.
And I didn't. And I don't trust them. Some of them are not white. And anyway, so no way. So anyway, I goes in, I says 3:30. I said, right, whatever. I'll still make it on time. I'm closing this show. It'll be fucking all right. So anyway, I wait around. I gets myself a ham sandwich out of the shop.
You're the first comedian who's like progressed to headliner status only by the fact that there's no chance you'll arrive to open the gig.
Well, we'll have to have him closed because there is absolutely zero chance he's going to be there at the start. He'll have lost some of his vital belongings on the way. So anyway, I was like, grand, I go get myself a ham sandwich to calm me down. I'm sitting there, grand. Get on the train, right? So I'm on the train now, we're going, I'm like, right. And I'm still angry. It's been a very stressful day. I'm still muttering to myself about Roy, the fucking chatbot, and the cunt in the tree store just being a dickhead. You're one in Mumbai. Why the fuck? Even the more I think about how your man put me on to a girl in India.
It's crazy to be put on the phone to customer service in a shop.
In the shop. But also the fact that the only number he has is the one we all have from the fucking internet.
Yeah. It's not like he's doing...
It's
the second floor of the office in Mumbai. It's just like the same.
It's the same person who knows nothing. It's just so wild. So anyway, I'm on the train anyway. I kind of calm down. So I say, right, I'll take out my little this little burner phone that I bought. This little Siemens phone that I bought on the thing.
Drug dealer phone.
And I said, you know what? I'll fucking put that together.
Can we also flag that you said, text me Dan Nightingale's number?
Right.
But at no point did you tell me your burner phone number?
Well, no, I was going to be using the same. I have my SIM card. So I was putting in my old SIM
so
card.
that was okay.
So I'm not a fucking idiot. You are. Because you thought that was real gotcha, Mike, you big stupid cunt. And it wasn't, was it?
It wasn't.
You thought you had a little win there, didn't you?
It wasn't
but you didn't.
Gotcha.
You silly little goose. You made a fool of yourself.
Okay.
On a Sunday morning.
Okay. What time's your flight?
So I put the SIM card into the phone. Anyway.
Yes.
So anyway, I started to make up the phone. The back of the phone doesn't fit on the phone. Doesn't fit on the phone, right? I'm like, all right. In my head, as I'm going to put in the SIM card, I'm going to ring my mother. I haven't talked to my mother in a few days, and I'll give her a call. She must be very worried about me. So anyway, I go to do the thing. It won't come in. I'm like, right, whatever. I'll just fucking assemble the phone. The back doesn't fit on the phone. Great. Perfect. So anyway, I put in the fucking SIM card, everything.
You used to put the phone together.
You just put the back. You know, you put the little fucking back on the phone in these.
But I think anytime I've bought a phone like that, it's just.
Yeah, not off of the crooks that I bought it off.
Where did you get that at the 3 store?
No, I did not. They didn't have the little super burner phones. I got it across the road at the Crook store.
Oh right, so you just bought like a stolen shit drug dealer's phone?
Yeah.
That's got like evidence of crimes on it.
Yeah, I went over to the cast, the top boy across the road, and Duchesne gave me a phone, and I paid £30 for this phone. And let me tell you, I stuck it into the charger to work. The phone doesn't work. No. This phone doesn't work at all. This phone doesn't work. Not in the slightest does this phone work. This is not even a phone. I don't know what this is. It's like an old fucking Game Boy Advance. It's just nothing. And you can't believe I just keep trying to plug the thing in again. I just start banging the phone on the thing.
Oh my God.
I just literally, I'm there in the train. Everyone's on it. This is going, no! 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 My head is like, how many things can go wrong in a row? It's so unfair. Surely that's so unfair. Literally, I've had 97 things go wrong in a row for me. So nasty, right? So anyway, at this stage, I literally get the phone. I just like throw it on the seat, just away from me, and just sit there like,
you know, nothing to do for the whole train.
No, I have
journey.
nothing to do for the whole train. I have a book, but I don't want to read that. I'm in no mood to take in the complexities of the narrative of a fucking novel written about, you know, loneliness from 1982. This book, Janine, that C. McBee gave me. So I'm like, I can't be taking in that level of prose and literature with the fucking head full of wasps I have on me, right? So I just sit
your
there.
laptop, you could get ahead on some admin. It doesn't sound like you.
I can't do that. I have ADHD. So
So Mike came into the studio today,
yeah,
and was like, listen, I've recently been diagnosed with ADHD, and I kind of went, oh. And he went, well, I mean, by me, I've diagnosed me with ADHD, and this is every fucker with ADHD.
Yes,
and it's you better not become one of these cunts where their whole personality is ADHD.
You can better be sure I will be. I've gotten
because I have ADHD because of fucking.
That's right.
I do this really weird thing because I have ADHD where I put my socks on one at a time.
That's right.
It's like, what? I hate all these guns. Shut up about it for a second.
I am not going to do one more piece of work for the rest of my days. I am riddled with ADHD. I'm afflicted. I'm a victim. I deserve government assistance. I deserve the pity of others and many suck jobs off of strangers. Just to get me through the day. Right? So
I just think with all that ADHD, they were like, well, I am ADHD. And it's just
yes.
like, I remember when you were Gary.
I was born in ADHD, raised by it.
I remember when you were Gary and you were good crack. What happened to that?
Nah, that's guy, he's dead.
And then they take the medicine that makes them not good crack?
Yeah.
Sad.
Well, so
many fallen soldiers.
But you know what it is? And I think that the problem with ADHD in general is I just think like 30% of people have this type of brain, because what it basically is you're, from what I'm reading about it, which just adds up with me, is you're dumb
as fuck.
No, in fact, the exact opposite.
Are you one of these ADHD's a superpower people?
Well, do you know what it is?
It doesn't feel like a superpower the way you're using it.
Huh?
Doesn't feel like a superpower.
No, I've been using it to
For
sabotage and send my life down the toilet. In a very strange use of my powers, I've been deciding to destroy my own life. But others use it for good. I've just, I'm a masochist. No, so I think so. The thing is, you space out a lot. You're kind of forgetful. You're basically just kind of, dumb is the wrong word. I would have always just thought I'm very stupid in certain ways and I'm smart in other ways, but it's incredible how stupid I am in some ways. And my mother, when I was growing up, because I would lose everything, and she would just be like, what's wrong with you? You're careless and you're thoughtless and you don't care about... And I'd be like, I don't want to lose my stuff. It's mine. I lose it. Why would I go out on a mission to just give all my stuff to the earth? I wish I could keep a hat longer than 3 days. I'd love that. I'd love if I ever had an umbrella longer than fucking 4 days. Ever. No, of course. I have to buy 10 pairs of the same headphones every year. I don't like that.
You have subscription on Amazon to buy headphones?
Yeah.
Like monthly?
Honestly, I buy possibly once a month I get the same headphones. And then someone was like to me recently, they're like, why, like you've got a bit of money now, why won't you buy like good proper headphones? I'm like, 'cause I'd lose them. Straight away I'd lose them. Why the fuck would I ever pay any money for that shit? No. Right? So anyway, I don't care. I'm happy.
You seem it.
Yeah, I'm delighted. But then they do say that then ADHD, a lot of people that have it can often suffer from anxiety and depression, low self-esteem, these kind of things. I was like, that all adds up.
But
as
everybody
well.
has those.
Huh?
Everybody has those.
Oh, shut up. No, they don't.
Come to life has all
No,
those
they don't.
things.
What?
People get anxious, people get sad, and
No.
and people have low self-esteem.
No, they don't. I've never met anyone.
You're not special. All these fucking ADHD people. Oh, well, I'm sad because of a medical condition. No, you're sad because everybody's sad. No. Fuck off.
Would you go away? You're happy. You're the happiest little camper I've ever seen. You're organised. You're getting shit done. You're happy out. You claim to be anxious. I've not seen it.
I did fuck it up. I did a big fuckage yesterday.
What?
I had a not maybe close to Mike levels of fuckery.
Really?
On organisation.
See, this is nice to hear.
Day planning. Yeah. So, did I tell you, I got offered tickets to the, it was a couple months ago now, I got offered tickets to the 25th anniversary gala of The Lion King in theatre, the musical.
You got invited?
Yeah.
As a guest?
Yeah.
As a celeb?
As a celeb.
No way.
Yeah, to the gala afternoon performance. And I looked at the date and I was like, oh, it's just when Jamali and I get back from Dubai for the tour show. And I was like, fuck it, we'll still go. Like, Jamali hasn't seen The Lion King. It's fucking, have you seen it?
No.
It's class. So good, right? But I was like, it'll be like a quickish turnaround when we get back to the flat, like unpack everything, get dressed up for a nice kind of like gala thing, and then go do it, right?
Yeah.
So we land into Heathrow at 7:30 in the morning. And we're like, have been on a 8-hour flight, and we're just like, fucked. We get back, do all the, you know when you get back and you're like, no, I'm gonna fucking unpack.
Right.
I'm not just going to leave this shit in a suitcase for like a week for no reason.
I've never unpacked straight away. It's always been...
It's rare, but we did it.
A couple of years later, I'll have a look and see, what did I put in there?
Yeah, what clothes have I forgotten I own? So we do all that, and then we like have a little tiny moment to like sit down, eat some lunch, and then we go out, we get all dressed up, and Jamali's all makeup on and like looking good. Get a taxi in to the theatre, arrive, I get my phone out, look at the tickets. We were a day early.
Oh! Beautiful. That's so wonderful.
So it's today.
You're a big stupid cunt.
So it's today.
Yeah. How's it feel, brother? How's it feel?
I get so angry at myself when stuff like that happens.
Yeah.
Because I used to do that all the time.
Right.
I was a real, like, forgetful. I would fuck stuff up. And this is why I think I empathize with you so much. I'm so kind
I've not
to you
seen
about
that.
this. I'm
no.
so kind and supportive of
You're
this
a
stuff.
nasty, bitter little man who sticks his knife in at every chance he gets in between my ribs.
But I think this is why I'm so good at looking after you in a lot of ways.
Right, go on. Please go on.
Because I understand the plight.
You do
of being
not.
a fucking idiot.
No, you don't. You make.
I was like this. I missed a whole concert once that I was supposed to be playing in.
You did.
Yeah. Because I thought I was in the second half, but I was in the end of the first half.
Yeah, but see, I don't like this line of story because this implies that you've fixed yourself and you're
It's just not hopeful.
Huh?
It's just not hopeful.
No way! You're the most organized fucking brained person I've ever met in my life. You're unbelievably fucking focused and organized. And you can claim, oh no, I'm not. But yeah, but you are compared to everyone.
No, I mean, ask fucking people who knew me a while ago. I was useless.
But what happened?
I've sorted it out.
No way, no way.
I just got my shit together.
Yeah, but you don't have your mind isn't diseased like
You're
mine.
on the way. You've got a rug.
What?
And a lamp.
I've got a rug, a lamp, curtains now.
That'll be good.
That's good.
That's so funny. You've been complaining about insomnia for such a long time and you haven't had curtains.
Well, no, I had curtains. They were just smelly old curtains. Rotten, mold-ridden, kind of nasty kind of curtains with bad intentions. They were really rotten little curtains. Oh yeah, they were like kind of like old Addams Family curtains. They'd be just kind of staring at me. It made me uncomfortable.
They're the curtains that the phrase comes from. It's curtains for me.
That's right. Yeah. And that means it's over. It's over, brother.
But yeah, there's hope.
Huh?
You can get out of this. You can sort it out.
Hope is dangerous, brother.
You can figure out, and you don't need any of these fucking sweeties that Big Pharma are trying to huck you.
No, but
even though you haven't been diagnosed by anyone, neither have I.
Lad, but it's going to take like the guts of like 25 years for me to get diagnosed with ADHD in the UK. It's like Ed Knight has been on a waiting list for like years for it. Like it's going to take you 4 years for someone to tell you that you're fucking beep boop 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 when everyone knows you're beep boop boop boop. It's like your whole brand is beep boop boop boop. So like they're going to.
The problem with the ADHD waiting list is it takes so long because people are often accidentally in the waiting list for Chappell Roan tickets.
What? Lad, do you know what? I'm very glad you brought up Chappell Roan because
H-O-T-T-O-G-O. I really want to walk out of my tour and be like V-I-T-T-O-R-I-O.
Oh, you should do that.
Isn't that good fun?
Yes.
So rare somebody has two T's in the middle of their name.
And it's so like utterly neurodivergent. Do you know what I mean? V-I-T-T. Like it's really setting the tone of I'm an absolute beep boop boop boop.
Yeah.
That's the beep boop 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 anthem. V-I-T-T. So the Chappell Roan song, I've been messaged multiple times about her song Good Luck because there's a line in the second verse where it's just like a sexually explicit kind of love affair, and then she goes, and I cried. It's not fair. And I have been messaged by, I would say, 7 or 8 people saying that reminds them of you.
My secret's out. I'm a ghostwriter for Chappell Roan.
And I cried. It's not fair. So decent.
We just need to find a song that says I saw a play in it.
Yeah, we'll find him. We'll knock him up. Chappell Roan is fucking.
Is it Chappell? I think it's Chappell.
Is it Chappell?
We can find out. Jamali!
So it's Church Roan. We'll say it's
Chappell Roan.
Right, we'll say
Chappell Roan.
We'll say
I think
big fucking Church Roan. So Chappell Roan, I think she's a good girl. I've been listening to that as everyone in the world has been. But I've been listening.
I really truly haven't.
Oh,
I
have you
haven't
not?
consciously listened to Chappell Roan at all. I just know the start of that from TikToks of people being like, I hope she plays Hot to Go. And then that
in
song
her
happens.
concert, she has 3 songs. You're wondering if she's going to play Hot to Go.
Well,
yeah, she'll be playing Hot to Go.
But that's the running.
Six
You've
times.
seen the TikToks.
I haven't, no.
Oh, it's a funny little thing.
Oh,
It's
is
like
it?
people queuing outside like any gig at all or like any event, and they'll go like, I hope they play Hot to Go. And they'll go, we're going to see Joker Folie à Deux.
Oh, that is good.
It's a good bit of business.
That's a great bit of business. I'm not on TikTok. I haven't logged in there in months.
This is why you have ADHD, because you're not on TikTok enough.
But you know what it is? I can't do like Instagram. I'm on Instagram, and that's already very overwhelming for my addictive little distraction hungry brain. Not that everyone has that. And I will say the ADHD thing, it probably is a bit of fucking goosery. Like, you know what I mean? There's just certain people that are, it's a different type of little brain. But I think there's a lot of people have it. Whatever it is.
There's a lot of mongs out there.
Lad, it's raining mongs. Hallelujah, it's raining mongs.
Hey, mong.
Hey, mong. Oh, so good. Give me a mong after midnight.
Mong. I feel like a whoa mong.
But
what a mong, what a mighty good mong.
Oh, fuck.
You shouldn't say that word.
No, take that out here. That was an example of what not to do. That was a cautionary tale.
Do as we say, not as we say.
That's
what?
Yes. Shut up. Just fucking do ketamine. Do meth that's disguised as ADHD medication.
Also known as ADHD medication.
Yeah, it is. That is the mad thing. If I get my diagnosis, I just get free amphetamine.
It's a crazy response from the medical community.
Yeah.
To be like, oh, did you miss a train? Have some meth.
Yeah.
What?
What the Nazis used to take so that they wouldn't fear death? Yes. Take that to complete your tasks today.
Like from Breaking Bad. Yes.
Yes. Take that.
Struggling to do your tax return. Have you considered taking meth?
Methamphetamines. You know, that stuff that makes people, live in dumps, to steal copper from dumps. Yeah, take some of that to schedule your next few months. It is pretty wild, but I want some, and I'm gonna have some. But anyway, so just to go back to the phone situation, just to kind of finish to wrap
you're
up
on the
that
train?
saga.
Phone's fucked.
Phone's fucked.
He throws it.
So I just throw it. I say, you know what? Fuck it. I don't need a phone. I'm more than a phone. I'm a man, a brain diseased man. With ADHD, and that's who I am now. And so I throw away the phone. I'm like, fuck it, go do the gig that night. The gig's fun. I have no way of contacting anyone. Fine. The next day, me and Dan Nightingale go to York.
Man, reportedly, gig goes brilliantly. Mike takes the roof off the Southport Comedy Festival tent.
Right.
What a dream for everybody involved.
It was good fun. It was because there was a lady in the crowd. So people know from who've been at my show, and I don't want to ruin a punchline, it doesn't really, but I do a bit about that Beyonce song, Who Runs the World, and then I just put my thing out, and then people go, girls, I do a little joke about it, but this one drunk woman in the crowd just shouts, she goes, who runs the world? He goes, world. And then she repeated it, and then she goes, so I go, who runs the world? She goes, world. And then she sings to herself, who runs the world? World. And I'd say I did 10 minutes. Every sentence I said from that point after the rest of the gig, I just went, who runs the world? World. One of the greatest things I've heard.
That's great.
The question who runs the world has persisted for a long time, and scientists have come up with the fact that in fact who runs the world is world.
I mean, in a way.
Yes.
She's gotten to the core of something very
It's quite profound,
It
really.
is very profound of like, we're all part of the running of the world.
Exactly. And what's in the world is the world.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So like some would argue that, because people would be like, oh, this person or that person, Jerry Seinfeld runs the world or whoever, or his kind.
Those fellas.
those
I love
lads.
the idea of Kanye doing like a Radio 1 live lounge. And they're like, what song? They're all a bit nervous because it's like Kanye's never done live lounge before.
Yeah.
And they're like, and what song are you going to cover? He goes, I'm going to do a Beyonce track. And they're like, oh, that sounds great. That'd be really cool. That'd be exciting for the live lounge. What track are you going to do? I'm going to do Who Run the World. And they go, oh, that's cool.
Right.
That's a little bit of an older one, I would say.
Yeah.
But like, that's cool, bring it back, And he goes, yeah. And he goes, hit record. And he goes, who runs the world? And he goes, choose.
Who runs the world? You just see everyone, no!
No! Who run the world, Jude? like,
I actually, we can do it because I didn't keep it in the bit in the end, but I used to do that in that bit where I'd go, Kanye did a remix. I go, who runs around and do it? And I put it out to the crowd, and occasionally you just get someone shout, Jews! And it was always fantastic fun. But so anyway, me and Dan go to York. We do the gig. It's all fine. It's a bit of fun. Ishan's on. It's good crack. I stay in Dan's, the shed at the end, the
lovely
Dan's
garden office.
It's a lovely little garden office. I stay down there. A lot of American football paraphernalia. You feel like you're kind of a trophy in a cabinet. It's nice. And then next,
Jack and Etta. Did you meet Dan's kids? They're some crack.
They're great.
Jack's
crack.
a good lad. Etta's very funny as well.
She's very funny. She's got a lot of moxie.
Yeah, I remember once I was with Dan and we had to go do the podcast. I'd stayed at Dan's house and then had to go do the podcast. And Dan was like, all right, Etta, I have to go do the podcast. And Etta goes, I hate podcasts. And Dan picks her up and goes, no, you love podcasts. And Scousers, because they pay for everything.
That's so good.
Podcast paid for your whole life, you ungrateful little
you little
shit.
twerp. I hate podcasts. You hate food, do you?
In this house, podcasts are a hero.
Just
In this house, like Joe Rogan's a hero in this house.
Like a Kim Jong-un style like picture of podcast.
You know the Tony Soprano
Kim Jong podcast.
Kim Jong pod.
Kim Jong pod.
You know the Tony Soprano bit where he's like, in this house, Christopher Columbus is a hero.
He's a hero. Tony,
Unreal.
it's so funny how much the boys love Columbus.
Yeah.
Like,
he's an Italian hero.
yeah. He's an Italian hero.
I'm raging. A friend of mine, Santino, is doing a Sopranos themed 30th birthday party, but I'm away when it's happening.
Whoa.
And I would have fucking loved to have gone to
Oh,
that.
come on. Who are you going in Soprano's birthday party?
I basically dress quite similar to Tony Soprano a lot of the time.
No, you
anyway.
do. You
Got
do.
big bowling shirt vibes.
You do. You got the bowling shirt vibes, but you're not a fat, balding,
I'm not fat, bald
middle-aged man.
And the birthday boy is. He's not
Yeah.
middle-aged, he's obviously 30, but
Does he have a gut on him?
bit of a gut.
Nice.
And he's bald.
I've seen it there. I think someone, if you really pull off a nice thick gut, I think you can.
If it's a solid
Yeah.
unit of gut, it can't be all floppy. It just needs to be boom. It's
That's
all
right.
there, all in one go.
Like, I think there's a way to pull it off and it be quite alluring to
By
have
the
like
way,
a nice, juicy, hairy gut.
On this topic,
Yeah.
I'm trying to like get a personal trainer / online coach to coach both of us, set us up with like nutrition plans and work exercise plans.
Yeah.
For our race to 85.
Right.
For like as a sponsor on the podcast.
I'm down
where
to
he just personal trains us, and then we both just try and get in fucking crazy shape.
Oh!
With the help of a personal trainer.
Listen, I'd like that. I have a few. He was in your DMs, was he?
Yeah. So but I'm going to sort us both out one. I think it's the best way to do it.
There's a lot of these guys slinking around DMs.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I'd love to coach you. DM me ready to fucking.
I'd
they all
love
want you
to
to
make
DM
you stop
ready.
eating bread. I'd love to take pasta out of your diet if I could. Please. Just post about me once a week and say that I'm making you less fat. Please.
Where were we? I jumped in with the Sopranos thing.
So here's it. I'm going to
You're
York.
yes, you're going to York with Dan Nightingale, the wonderful Dan Nightingale.
The Grand Old Duke of York. Me and Nightingale, we go down there.
We'll have Nightingale on the pod if he ever sets foot in London.
Oh, we'd love to have Nightingale on. He's one of the best podcasters in the universe. He's a king. Love Dan. So me and Nightingale go down. We get ourselves a nice pizza. At this stage, also, I might add, I've been struggling with a tummy bug for a few weeks. I have to get my shit tested. My poo.
Would you stop trying to get diagnosed with stuff?
No, lad, I've so many
Make
ailments.
any changes to your lifestyle.
Lad, I've so many ailments.
Make any changes to your lifestyle.
I refuse. But let me tell you one thing. I have every kind of disease you could imagine. Disease of the bum, disease of the mind, disease of the tummy, broken heart.
You're diseased from head to tail.
Oh, lad, I'm riddled with ailments from top to toe. I'm basically one big vessel of woe. Whoa, brother. Yeah, I'm basically just one kind of
so you have
transient pile of woe.
You have to scoop your poop?
Huh?
You have to scoop your poop?
I have to do a poop test. I did a blood test.
That's very Lloyd Grossman.
Huh? I'm Lloyd Grossman. I'm testing my poop. I'm getting my shit tested.
I'm Lloyd Grossman. I'm sending my poop to the doctor.
My poop doctor. I'm getting my shit tested. And when I say shit, I'm talking about my poop. I'm talking about my running poop, which has been causing me many problems my whole life. And I sell lots of curry sauces.
Why is he becoming Foghorn Leghorn? I say. I'm Lloyd Grossman.
I'm Lloyd Grossman. And I got to tell you right now, little boy, that I do take shits out my butt and I get that shit tested for medical purposes.
Have we, because there was a few episodes ago and there's no chance you've remembered this, trying to cut down your 6 shits a day to maybe 3?
To 3 shits a day?
Yeah.
Oh, brother, if anything, we've gone up.
No.
If anything, we've upped it.
Oh, no.
Well, you see, I have some kind of like gastritis or stomach disease. I may have a stomach ulcer, and I also may have some form of
Is this a doctor told you
bowel
this?
cancer. I don't know. Huh?
And this is a doctor told you this, or have you just decided this like the ADHD
I've
thing?
been doing a lot of self-diagnosis recently. I've been putting my doctor cap on. And
Self-diagnosis is valid. Yes, not for bowel cancer, Mike.
well, listen, I've got ADHD, I've got bowel cancer, and I'm trying to live with it. That's all I know.
It's a superpower, actually. Bowel cancer is a superpower.
Imagine how much I'd get booked if I had ADHD and bowel cancer. Anyway, so even as we're saying this is how my rectum is trained. Even saying the word bowel and I need to shit. But anyway, it's Pavlov's dog. But
When you do go for a shit in the break, can you put the toilet roll back on the holster?
I like to leave it.
I don't know why you take it off. It's there to be pulled. But you take it off for some reason.
I do take it off.
There's a great niceness. I refuse to live in a house that doesn't have a toilet roll holder, because then you have to hold it in your hand. But you choose to hold it in your hand every time.
I have ADHD. I have a disease of the mind. I don't like to see a toilet roll shackled by a holder. I like it to wander free, wander the earth, you know, like a shaman. You know what I mean? Let it explore the toilet. You don't want to just be. It seems very kind of
It's where it belongs.
oppressive to just.
Where it belongs.
Huh?
It's where it belongs.
But why
It's
can't
where it
it
likes to be.
roam the plains like
With
a buffalo?
toilet paper over the front, by the way.
Huh?
Anyone who does it round the back is a psycho.
Is a psycho.
Yeah, I hate that. I think it's crazy talk.
To wipe your ass?
No, the toilet paper, like the paper falling over the front
Oh,
rather than over the back.
right. No, over the back, you're better off.
What?
Over the back, like the toilet paper flowing down the back, down the ass.
No.
But think about it. Think of like a beautiful woman. Now imagine she had her long hair down the front. That's a bit jarring, isn't it? But down the back, and you're thinking, oh, I can still see her boobies.
Right, but it's a toilet roll.
what I'm saying is a toilet roll not akin in a way to, you know, a beautiful maiden.
No.
Well, I suppose we'll agree to disagree. We'll agree to disagree on this one. No, I will. I'll keep that in mind. That is something I do. Is I tend to take toilet rolls off of their holster.
I was talking to Carla Cobbler about what it's like to have Mike Rice in your house on a regular basis.
Yes.
It's like having a fucking just. Oh, should we just put a landmine in the house just once a week? Would that be a good idea? Yeah, I think that'll be good.
Well, Kyla does know, but you know what? Kyla accepts me and my illnesses and my many.
Kyla's sick of your shit.
my many illnesses and ailments, and she understands that not everyone gets dealt a grey hand in life. And Mike has a very active rectum and a diseased mind, and he has stomach ulcers and a massive cock, and it's not easy.
It's not his fault.
No, it's not his fault. So I am going to say though, I have had this gastritis thing. So I've like right now I'm not eating dairy. I've had a blood test. I got a blood test with the woman the other day.
You're currently drinking McDonald's coffee.
Yes, I am. Now that yes, I can see why you've brought that up.
And you brought milk chocolate fingers.
Yeah, I brought milk chocolate fingers because I'm being a good house guest.
And that's the tradition of the podcast, that you bring milk chocolate fingers, but...
I won't be having any. I might have a couple, but...
And that's... Because I thought you were going to absolutely thwart my argument there and tell me that that's like an oat milk coffee.
Yes. It's not an oat milk coffee. I can have a little bit of dairy. I can have a little bit. And I was raised on a dairy farm, so I've got like immune, but like I can't.
Yes, God, you don't tell your dad that you're off the dairy.
I wouldn't tell him, and I'm going to be seeing him tomorrow, because I'm going to Dublin tonight, and then I'm in Kilkenny tomorrow, and I've got an Australian visitor called Colin, who's an old Australian man that I stayed with in Perth, who's visiting our farm, and I'm with him for 2 days, and he's. Colin's fucking off the wall.
Every detail of that was fucking mad.
Yeah. Well, so a couple of years ago, this is just to fill in this little query or quandary or what have you. I stayed in Perth, 2020. I was doing the Perth Fringe Festival. I did it in 2019 as well. Again in 2020. Met this guy in 2019, Colin. He was like, me and my friend John Splan were out there, and he's like, you guys stay with me next year. I'm paying for accommodation. You stay with me. And I was like, we have no connection to this man. We were introduced to him by fella Jack Murray, whose dad knew him back in the day. And I was like, well, we can't just stay with you for a month. He's like, you goddamn right you can. And then we're like, okay, well maybe we'll do that. And then we're like, oh, we won't do that.
One of those like, he'll forget by next year.
He'll forget by next year.
Blah, blah, blah.
He messages us several times during the year. He's like, what's the story, guys? You coming in January? I've got the beds ready for you guys. He's like,
it sounds fucking like it's June. And he's like, the beds are ready.
The beds are ready. Rooms are painted. I've got you all your own pajamas.
I've left a cup of tea on the bedside table.
Cup of tea.
Just for 6 months' time.
That's right. We've killed any problematic kangaroos around the house that might have caused you strife. Come down, we'll have a good time. Right? So he just says, he keeps messages. So we said, right, fine, we'll stay with him. It's free. Him and his lovely wife, Ali. And he's Colin Slattery. So he's like, he's Irish ancestors, so I was like, well, fucking the Irish, we're Irish people. He played Gaelic football back in the day with some Irish people that were on. He's like, good fucking lads. So he comes in. I remember the first barbecue we had. John Splan wouldn't eat meat. He was only eating fish and vegetables. He's pescatarian. And Colin was like, yeah, fucking fish fucker. He called him a fish fucker.
I think you've told me about this bit of the story.
Oh, you dirty little fish fucker.
Yeah.
Right, so this is the kind of fella he is. We stayed there for a month, and Colin's just he's a great host, He's a bit out of his mind, but he's a great host. And then like at times, I remember one time he's just like, you guys, you like my sons? And we were like, all right. He goes, you are my sons. Like, okay, we'll take that.
Adopted by Colin.
We've been adopted by Colin. But so anyway, they were very kind to us. It was lovely to stay there. All the rest. So anyway, I get a text from there a little while ago. He's coming to Ireland, and even though I'm not living there at the time, I was like, you know what? They fucking took care of us. When we were over there, it's like, I'll make it my business to be back in Ireland for when he's there. I said, you can come down to the farm. Like him meeting my father will be, like just really a meeting of the monks. You know what I mean? Like just.
I think that's really like two ends of like like a weird
be like when Churchill and Stalin. That's what I would kind of liken it to.
There's a play about that coming out.
Whoa!
Yeah.
About the three boys, like Roosevelt, Stalin and Churchill are
I think just Churchill and Stalin.
Really?
And their meetings and like all that shit.
That's fucking
That'd
sick.
be good. Yeah,
I'd love to see that, yeah.
But yeah, they just like, because Colin seems quite like high energy and positive.
Well, he is, but like just get them talking about racial minorities and you're going to have a lovely...
They'll find common ground.
They're going to find a lovely little sweet spot.
Yeah.
Believe me, you. So if there's any lull in conversations, I'll just like...
Just name a minority. What about the Vietnamese?
I'm literally just going to throw a little grenade. What about what the hell's going on in India? And then just leave the room. I'll come back 3 hours later. They'll be drunk and dancing. But so anyway, so I'm going to be with my father tomorrow. But so just to finish my phone thing, so I go to the place. Me and Dan, we go to York. I just brought up that we had a pizza because I remember it made
this whole time you've had no phone in the garden office on the journeys.
Yes.
Are you a very peaceful boy? There's probably quite a lot of anxiety in not having a phone. You're very worried.
No, I'm not a very peaceful boy. I could have been. I was for the first few days. I didn't have a phone, and then I was just reading my book a lot, and I was, you know what I mean, being one with nature. I was like, oh, isn't that a lovely tree? And
eavesdropping. Anytime I think I'm being like mindful in the world, I'm truly just eavesdropping on other people's
You're just being nosy. Yeah.
And it is great. That's the real benefit of like getting your headphones off, switching, switching all that, disconnecting and connecting with the world.
Yes.
Eavesdropping.
Because your nosiness goes out of control because you have to get all your gossip from the real world as opposed to your phone.
Everything's a podcast.
That's right. That's exactly right. And it's great because it just makes you more sensitive and attuned to your surroundings.
Although I have noticed something that's really pissing me off of like young people, like maybe late teenagers.
Yeah.
If you hear a group of them talking on a bus, like particularly around like we've just had like Freshers Week and people starting uni and stuff, the like podcastification of conversation is really pissing me off just from like eavesdropping on people where people are like, I don't know, like I was sat on the bus.
They're
and there was
talking
this
a lot
group,
about like muscle groups and kind of like
no, it's all just
ice
like
baths and stuff.
Like rank this in a top 5,
right?
And they're trying to get to do like tier lists, but I'm like, just have a fucking conversation. Why have you like gamified all this weird stuff? And it's because everybody listens to podcasts now.
Right.
Like the next step is just in the middle of it, them all saying to each other, use Squarespace.
You're right. Me undies. I'm wearing me undies. People are like, what? They're like, I don't know why I said that.
I think that's what you're supposed to say.
Is that not what you say during conversations with other people? I've been learning how to be a person from podcasts. I don't know.
Anyway, you are...
So anyway... I'm in
York.
York. I brought up that I ate a pizza because it fucked me for the rest of the day. I was fucking on the verge of puking because the amount of cheese I took in. And I have this gastritis and stomach ulcer thing. And
this must have the gastritis and stomach ulcer. That's from a doctor.
Well, yeah. So I've been to the doctor, and that's
the hypothesis.
That's the hypothesis of what it is, because I've had this for a month now, where I've had extreme discomfort in my stomach. Really, really kicked off last week in Barcelona, where I was just going around like, oh, it was terrible. But that's because over there I was eating like really rich foods and drinking, which also absolutely inflames it. Like booze. Like the Friday night I had of the stag party I was on in Barcelona, I literally was like from 12 o'clock at night, I had to leave the stag at midnight because I just could not be around people anymore. I was like, I'm going to puke. And I just sat by a toilet in a hostel like till 5 a.m, just bleh, bleh, until it got to a point where I was actually like puking up like bile. I just couldn't stop.
I hate when that happens.
Yeah, it's so nasty. It's so rotten and nasty.
It's a weird colour.
Yeah, and it's not deserved. When does Mike get a break?
Yeah.
When does life say, hey, you know who needs a slice of luck, kindness and love? Mike Rice.
Sure, like my belly's empty. I've given it everything I can give.
Yeah.
And your body just picks random fluids to chuck up.
So nasty, so nasty. So I've been, since then, for the first, it's been a great kick up in the arse for Mike, because obviously I've been treating my body like a royal dustbin for a long time. You know what I mean?
Or so.
Yeah, just fucking fried sausages, potatoes, strange pussy, and...
Very Lloyd Grossman.
Lloyd Grossman, I'm back. I get my poop test and I'm eating strange pussy. And I sell curry sauces. So I wish I didn't say strange pussy, because, you know. Anyway, so so we're in York. I eat this pizza, fucks me up for the day. But so then I decide, right, I'm just going to spend money and get the fucking screen of my phone fixed, right? My phone screen that's been shattered. I'm just going to fucking get that fixed because, yes, I bought this phone
So
with
you're
tree.
still on the same trip away, Southport around.
That's
you haven't
right.
been back to London.
No.
You don't know if your phone ever arrived or has been stolen from your doorstep or any shit like that.
No, I know now that phone has arrived, but I'm not going to be getting to that phone
Yeah, for whatever.
until fucking Monday.
So you pay basically the amount for a new phone.
Yes.
To get your phone screen fixed.
I have to pay. I pay £175 for a new screen to this phone, even though I have bought this other fucking phone, right? But I didn't care at that point, as I just paid the fucking money. It was a great two little Asian guys, and I was like, because usually everywhere I go to get, they don't have the screen for this, like a Google Pixel. They have to order it in.
Stupid phone.
Because it's a really dumb, stupid phone. Yeah. So I goes in, two little Asian lads. You know when you go in and they're busy, you know, they're like screwing things and doing things, and you're like, these lads.
They know what's happening.
They know what's happening. They know how to do things.
Yeah.
They'll do it quick. I've had such great experience with Asian tech people.
Yeah.
I just think they're fucking wonderful. So I goes in, I was like, do you have a screen for this? He's like, yeah, no problem. He's like, come back 40 minutes. I'll have that done for you. I was like, God fucking bless little Asian hands. You know what I mean? He's just fucking little busy Asians. There's nothing better than a little busy Asian. So I says, beautiful. He's like, it'll be 175 quid. I just let out a little wound cry. And he's like, you all right? I was like, yeah, no, fine. You'll get your money. You busy little Asian. You deserve it. So I go off, I get it anyway. So I get the new screen on the phone, and now it's good because I have access to all my apps and messages. This is what really upset me now. I open up the thing and I said, you know what, I'll ring my mother straight away. I'll have a load of missed calls. She'll be very concerned. Not one missed call from my mother. She hadn't even tried to contact me. I was so hurt.
But mothers don't want to pressure. I find mothers are always like, "Oh, I don't want to bother them."
No,
but
no.
they're upset quietly.
I've boned to pick with my mother in that regard. I'm the one who always calls her. She's not calling me. I love my mother more than she loves me. That's my take.
Okay.
I think I'm more, and my mother does love me, but I think if we were like in a relationship, you know, where you're just like, I'm more in love with you, I'd be like, I'm more in love with my mother. And I'm not in love with her in a romantic sense, but I do love her a lot. And I would like to take her away for a trip to Italy to go see the opera. She loves the opera. And I would love, but she doesn't deserve it because she's not been earning it.
She didn't call you when your phone was
No! And I rang her, I said, I thought you'd have left. There'd be loads of missed calls. She was like, oh, I didn't know your phone was off. I said, yeah, how would you know if you don't try to call the son that you claim to love? You wedge. It's very hurtful. Very hurtful.
She was busy calling me.
Oh, you dirty dog. Hey, what the hell? You don't... Whoa. There's a line, brother. And you just crossed it, brother. You don't cross that line, brother. Betsy Rice is an angel. So anyway...
I know.
You dirty... What the hell? You stay away. You little mustache creep. Don't you go next now, you're near the Queen. So anyway, that's all good then. The phone, right, is back in action. I'm down a bit of money. Now... Here's where we get back to the tree store, right? The next week...
Did you come back from York?
I come back from my little trip away, but I'm away again very soon, so I'm only back shortly, Friday was the first day that this Friday just gone past, that I actually have time and space to go back to the tree store with this phone and the receipt and be like, I want my refund for the phone. Now here's why, this, right? So I goes in, and already I'm trepidatious going in because I'm like, I'm in a decent mood, and I'm like, this is going to send me through
you're like, what I'm about to do is going to wind me up to high dough.
Oh yeah, I'm going to be sticking my head through a glass window. I'm going to be shoving, carrots into my eyes. I'm going to just fucking lose it with these cunts. I know it. So I'm like going in, I'm like, just be calm. It'll probably all work out. It's very straightforward. You haven't opened anything. You've got the receipt from the place. There shouldn't be an issue in here. And it would be true that you wouldn't have an issue if you weren't dealing with sentient turnips in a shop. They've hired turnips that have gained consciousness and they've employed them in this tree store. So I go in first turn up is, oh, mate, yeah, I remember you from the last time with the phone. I was like, yeah, I'm just bringing it back because it didn't arrive on time and I had to buy a new screen anyway, so it was useless, you know. And he's like, oh, yeah. Oh, okay, you sit over there. And he just like runs and, you know, jumps off a bridge and kills himself. He just runs away. So next thing, this guy comes out and he's kind of like the new manager. And he kind of sits me down there and I was like, yeah, look, here's the thing. I have receipts here, everything. He was like, yeah. He's like, oh, yeah, okay. So when was that? Was it over a week ago? And then I was like, yeah, it was. It was over a week ago. Yeah, well, if it's over a week ago, we can't issue the refund here. We've got to call customer service. I literally just go, no. I goes, no, we won't be doing that. I said, no, you did that to me last time. I came in here, you put me onto a girl in India for no reason. That couldn't help at all, because of course she couldn't help, because it was an issue that happened for this store. Why would I talk to her? And he was like, well, maybe let's just... I said, no, we're not doing that. I've not opened the thing.
It's an unopened phone.
It's unopened. The phone is unopened. I've got the receipt. Just give me my money back. Yeah, this couldn't be a more simple thing that's gone on here. And he's like, all right, let me just go talk to no one. So he just wanders off to mutter into a broom closet for 5 minutes. Comes back. He's like, all right. He's like, and then he just tries to pawn me off to some bitter little woman who's working there has a bad attitude. And she's just like, oh, what? And he's like, hey, can you just deal with this guy? So she comes over, so what's going on? I was like, fucking hell. You've given me literally the most incompetent person in the shop. She's like, yeah. She's like, so you want a refund? I was like, yes, I want a refund for things. She's like, oh, what's your date of birth? Why would I need to give you my date of birth? What? Do you have a birth cert? What? Shut up. Just give me my money, you fucking pigs. All right, I've just got to go down to... And literally I'm just like, because a lot of times I'm certain in these places, what they try to do is just be so aloof and useless that you'll have to go back to work and you don't have time to stay. And then you just have to leave.
Little do they know.
I don't have a fucking job. I'm a silly goose. I'm in the wind. I'm like a plastic bag.
I have nowhere to be, sister.
I have nowhere to be. I will sit here for fucking 9 hours.
I'm the man who can't be moved.
Oh, fuck me. Yeah. Alexa, play the script. I'm the man who can't be moved. Someday a tech
you're missing me, and your heart starts to wonder where on this earth I could be. Thinking maybe you'll come back into the place that we meet, and you'll see me waiting for you on the corner of the street. Cause I'm not moving. Cause I'm not moving.
Nice.
Yeah.
That was pretty sick.
That script album has lots of bangers.
To be fair, give them their due. They had it. They are one of the biggest bunches of fucking, you know, you could throw them in the turnip pile, but they do have some catchy tunes. Yep. Their song Hall of Fame with will.i.am is the dumbest song that's ever been written.
will.i.am has been responsible for a lot of dumb songs.
Like will.i.am, possibly the worst musician of the 21st century.
Up there.
He is up there. He is so consistently dog shit. It's unbelievable.
But like where nobody seems to really notice. Like
Yeah.
Rebecca Black is like classic, like it's raining, raining. And everyone's like, oh, that was dog shit. She did a Boiler Room set recently, by the way.
Did she?
Hilarious.
Fuck.
And she's one of those who like teen star, got famous with Friday when she was like 15 or whatever.
Yeah.
And now she's just doing a Boiler Room set with some of the biggest hits you've ever seen.
She has.
Rebecca Rack.
Bro, brother. TGI, thank God it's Friday, brother.
Anyway,
Right.
we wrap this
Sorry.
up. We've done an hour.
I'm going to wrap this up real quick. So anyway,
Yes, you have a flight to catch. Let's
So,
not forget.
yes.
This could happen again.
Okay. So anyway, we're sitting there, trying to get this refund. Your one's just like, just kind of computer says now, just being an absolute stroppy little useless fucker. And then everything she has to call the manager over to do anyway. So I hand you. And I say, how about you just do it, manager guy? Because I can see you're not doing anything else except just floating around like a spare fucking prick. Just sit down and give me my money, right? So eventually, after fucking the jigs and the reels of me just sitting there, was going through, do you have the number for it? Password for it? Right, I'm like, yes, here you go. Here's another thing, right? There you go. Fucking take my blood. Give me the money.
Pound of flesh.
Yeah. So anyway, next thing, right?
There's something in a pound of fleshlight, but I'll come back to it.
There's something pretty nice in that. That's good gravy. So anyway, I said, right, give me your stuff. So eventually we get to the point where he's like, right. He's like, we'll give you the refund. Then it's just, so they type in the amount. It's like 467 into the things. I put your card in there and it'll come to you, right? I goes, right, Grant. So I put the card in and he goes, yeah, that should be that then. That should be that. But take this just in case. And I goes, all right, so the money's gone into my account. He's like, yeah. He goes, it should be there in within 5 working days. And I says to myself, it's interesting, isn't it? Because when I pay G, I would say the money came out of my account in 5 working seconds, right? Comes straight out. But when you're giving me money, somehow
there's a traffic jam in the other direction.
People have to work round the clock for 5 days to transfer this money. The 3
little hamsters and wheels,
people like knocking on things, equations coming up, people traveling across the sea,
water going along like a mill, and it's all spinning.
Like people just working underground in mines. Mike's money. 5 working days. For what? It's the money with machine, my card, money into the... I just want, and this for everyone. And by the way, it's 4 days ago. Have I got the money? No. And even when he was saying it to me, he was like, take this just in case it doesn't. You could see the fear in his eyes. He doesn't think this.
Can we check if the money's landed right now to end the public podcast?
Yeah,
we can see this could be a triumphant end to the podcast, or just a continuation of Mike's misery.
Well, hold on now. Let me just fucking...
While Mike's doing that, make sure you sign up to the Patreon, patreon.com/parenting. Last week's episode is one of the greatest things that's ever happened in broadcasting.
Yes.
I think. And this week we'll do, as always, we'll do another hour on Patreon.
We're going to do another...
We've got lots of advice. People send in their advice for us and ask us for advice on their problems. Lots of just a bit of advice.
Let me just get this up now real quick.
Here we go. Mikey's
These fucking slugs. By the way...
And what's your pen number there?
Huh? 9.
Don't say it out loud.
Shut up, brother. Yeah, no, I haven't got it. Yeah, I haven't got the fucking payment.
Nothing.
Huh? Yeah.
From these pigs.
Yeah. Fucking pigs. You fucking... I just don't get that. Why does it take 5 working days going that way, but when I give you money, it takes half a second for you to take my money?
I guess there's a lot more moving parts to release money. To process a refund.
Oh, what the fuck ever. Whatever. Also, I'm on tour. What the hell? Get tickets to the fucking...
make it to most of
MikeRiceComedy.com. Cork. Get some tickets November 22nd. Please. The places that we're needing are Nottingham. Get on it. Birmingham. Come on, brother. Liverpool. Get on it. What the hell? Liverpool. Get some tickets. I think we're sold out in London, Dublin, Dundee, Belfast, Manchester, all sold out. Nice. Going to be adding hopefully another show in Dublin, hopefully another one in London. We'll just have to see about that, but almost certainly a London one anyway. And just get on to MikeRiceComedy.com, buy some tickets. Come on, I'd love to see you.
Hello, I'm on tour as well. This comes out on the 24th. Tonight I'm in Manchester, that's sold out. Then Newcastle, that's sold out as well. Leeds, that's sold out as well. November, this is where we get into Ireland. Lots of Irish dates in November. Some of them selling great, some of them not so good. Dublin on the 3rd, that's pretty much gone. It's like single tickets dotted around. So if you're happy enough to sit like apart from your friends. If not, then just check on the day of. They tend to release like a little batch that are a bit
Nice.
handier. Cork, the stalls are pretty much gone. Balcony is shifting quickly, so get involved with that for the Everyman. That was one of the best ones on the first leg of the tour. Ballymena, the Braid, looking like a real nightmare. Please get involved. If you know any DUP members or prods generally, just tell them to come along. Speaking of prods, Coleraine on the 9th of November, and Belfast also on the 11th of November. It's starting to chug along. It was a little bit slower than the other ones. Of course, it's the third Belfast show, but chug along, chug along, chug along. Got special guests booked for that.
Nice.
And Derry, the 12th of November, again, one that was moving slowly but is now starting to chug along. If
Come
you know
on,
any of
Derry.
Derry, tell them along. Bangor sold out. Killarney, help.
on.
Sligo, Brighton, Comedia, that one's chugging. That's getting close to sold out actually. So come along to Brighton.
Woo.
Portsmouth, not even nearly sold out.
Hey.
Like, I mean, just bring everyone you know to that one.
What the hell?
London, we had a show at Clapham Grand, 4th of December. It's already nearly sold out, which is completely mad. Very cool venue, very exciting. Looking forward to it. Westport Town Hall, Galway. There's like a handful of tickets left. Tiny little venue in Galway, really fun. Dundalk, a handful of tickets left. Kilkenny, final date of the tour, the 14th of December. Very exciting. Come along to that. That's starting to shift as well. So come along to the last night of the tour and we'll all get ripped up and it'll be a good time. But send it to Patreon, patreon.com/parenting for more fun and crucially to find out what time Mike's flight is.
Oh.
That he's booked it for.
Oh.
And is hoping to get to immediately after the Patreon record.
Sweet.
Bye.
Nice.
See you
Bye.
there.